Pak Nitin Bebra. Beliau adalah Associate Director dari Department of Career Planning and Development dari Chandigarh University. Now, Chandigarh University adalah salah satu universitas yang terbaik, one of the very reputed universities in India, di India Utara. Now, beliau adalah experience lebih dari 20 tahun, well experienced, traveled to quite a few countries across the world. And then hari ini ada kesempatan teman-teman, khususnya untuk kelas 12, siswa-siswi jadi bisa dapat informasi atau pengalaman tentang software, tentang soft skills for the personality development, right? Jadi acara ini, teman-teman, ini adalah sekitar untuk 1 jam. Ini adalah acaranya. Dan kalau ada teman-teman ada pertanyaan, if you have any questions, you can please put it in the chat box. And all the questions we will request Mr. Nitin to answer at the end of the webinar. Right. Also, teman-teman, just to make sure that we have a good webinar, we request all the audience to please mute yourself, just to avoid any inconvenience. Karena teman-teman, kalau ada suaranya yang kita nggak mute, pasti ada suara-suara yang semua yang lain juga dengar. Jadi kita minta tolong teman-teman semuanya tolong di mute. Jadi intinya yang webinar ini kita bisa dapat informasi semaksimum mungkin, dan kalau ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan hal itu kita bisa kita usahakan untuk jawaban dari Pak Nitin at the end of the session, right? So without further delay, may I now request Mr. Nitin Bebra to please take over the screen. Nitin sir, the screen is yours. Yeah, Nitin sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ravi and John sir, for giving such a wonderful introduction. And at the outset, I would like to thank each and every participant who's present here, who has taken time out of your schedule that you have got, though you are a student, though you are a teacher, though you are an administrator, still you have taken time. And I, on behalf of Chandigarh University, welcome each and every individual. So with the due permission from Mr. Johnson, I go ahead and start my presentation. Shall I, with due permission?
Yes, please, Brother Bebra.
All right.
Right.
Thank you. So, Mr. Ravi, I think the participant screen sharing is disabled.
Oh, okay. Pak Johnson, could we just provide the access bar to Pak Nitin? Yeah, just a minute, Pak.
All right.
Just a second to Pak Bebra.
Great.
Okay, are you?
Yes, now you can do it. The access has been given, sir.
Is the screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir. Yeah.
Right. Great. So, good afternoon once again, my dear students, and I, on behalf of Chandigarh University, welcome you all. And I am talking about one of the most required skill for any individual to survive in this world. We are talking about science, we are talking about technology, we are talking about social sciences, but slowly we are narrowing down our thought on humanistic approach. So what skills do we need to do that? So at the outset,
Just a second, Pak Bibra. Pak Rafi, can I translate, or are you going to translate for Mr. Bibra?
But do we need to translate her to the students?
Yes. Are you
okay.
going to do that, or should I?
Please, Pa Johnson, in case, because actually we thought the students could understand Pa English, so that's why we thought that, you know, there would be no translation. But if you feel we need to, Pa, then please, Pa, if you don't mind, Pa Johnson.
I would like to just give summary, make sure that they get what Brother Bibra giving. So
Sure.
I don't want to do that one by sentence, but at least I summarize it after some thought comes out.
Sure. Yeah. Nitin sir, is that okay, sir?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fine, sir. Sure. Yes. Yes. Please, Pa Johnson. Thank you so much, Pa Johnson. Thank you, Pa.
I thank Johnson, sir, for taking up an opportunity to translate from English to the Indonesian language. So once we begin, we are talking about soft skills. We are talking about personality enhancement. Most of the people think that what we look is our personality. These are the physical attributes, but what is hidden behind the personality are mental attributes, social attributes, emotional attributes, spiritual attributes, and towards the end comes the physical attribute. Appearances might be deceptive, but what we are talking about, what do we have in our mind? How do we socialize with people? How do we express our emotions? And how do we share our spiritual feelings? Now, spiritual should not be misled as religious. It is something that we have got to do towards humanity. In this technological world, we are all stuck in one small room, and we term that room as information and technology. And in the last 2 or 3 years, 2.5 years rather, because of this pandemic COVID, which has closed the doors of socialism, which have closed us to remain behind the doors, we have lagged behind in social skills. Our personality traits have changed like everything. So, with a positive note, I would say that the first thing is that focus on your personality development. Now, how do I focus? What should I do? Why should I do? All these questions will stuck in your mind. The first thing that you need to keep in your mind is do not avoid social interactions. We learn a lot from each other. A student learns from teacher, a child learns from parents, friends learn from each other, colleagues learn from each other, a worker learns from his superior. We are all put together, bonded. So if we have social interactions, learning is the end. We do not have any end to learn. You need to realize your positive attitudes. Sometimes we get frustrated. Sometimes we get angry. Sometimes we do not like to work because our mind is filled with pessimism, negative thoughts. At that time, realize what you have in yourself as a positive attitude. You may be good at something. You may not be good at something. I don't use the word bad. I may be good at something. I may not be good at something. I need to realize where I am not good at and convert this into what is I am good at. We need to get out of our comfort zone. Now, most of the time, if we are doing a particular job, we are habituated to it. We know that, okay, at this time I need to do this, at this time I need to do this, and a cycle keeps on moving. And that makes us feel comfortable. And we realize that, yes, this is something that is giving me some happiness. But you need to step out of your comfort zone. Only then you will have that zeal, enthusiasm, curiosity to learn something. You need to empathize, be polite. Now, empathize means you need to step into the shoes of others and understand their emotions, their feelings, and then try to give them some help. Learn social skills. Now, what are social skills? Greeting, meeting, talking, interacting, getting to know about each other, etiquette, mannerism, all these come under social skills. I want to do one small activity with each and every
Mr.
student.
Bibra, can I summarize those points of view? Can you go back
Yes.
to that slide again, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Jadi saudara-saudara, tadi Pak Bibra berbicara tentang hal penting untuk hadapi dunia kita pada saat ini untuk bisa sukses dan berhasil dalam diri kita. Ada 6 poin penting yang harus kita pegang. Yang pertama itu kita harus bisa meningkatkan, mengembangkan personality kita. Itu nomor 1. Nomor 2, jangan kita jauhi diri dari interaksi hubungan sosial untuk bisa sukses dalam dunia sekarang. Kembangkan diri, kemudian maju dan terlibat dalam interaksi sosial. Nomor 3, jangan lupa untuk mengetahui hal-hal yang positif. Hal-hal yang positif dalam diri kita. Jadi jangan, banyak orang itu bisa stres karena bisa down karena tidak lihat positif dalam diri untuk bisa berhasil. Nomor 4, harus keluar dari comfort zone itu. Hal-hal yang gampang-gampang, harus bisa men-challenge diri untuk bisa berhasil itu, keluar dari comfort zone yang gampang-gampang, yang mau enak itu. Nomor 5, harus bisa empathize dengan orang lain dan harus sopan, polite dengan orang lain. Dan nomor 6, sangat penting itu juga, yaitu harus pelajari tentang hal-hal yang berhubungan dengan keterampilan sosial atau kepintaran, kecerdasan sosial. Nanti sebentar kalau ada pertanyaan bisa tanya Pak Bibra, sehingga dia bisa jelaskan lebih dalam lagi ke 6 poin ini. Karena saya kira ini cukup dalam, berhubungan dengan personality kita, dengan diri kita. Go ahead. Go ahead Pak Bibra.
Thank you so much. And here I move ahead.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. Now I want my students who are all listening to have a small interaction with me. Can you take that onus, responsibility, and talk about your name, your place, your school, your favorite movie, your personality, hobbies, and all. It's open to any student. It's an interaction. I want to know something about you. I request Johnson sir to translate.
Yeah.
I want the students to open up their mic and speak.
Ya. Jadi sekarang Pak Bibra mau supaya kita berani berbicara. Silakan berbicara, interaksi dengan Pak Bibra, sampaikan nama kita masing-masing. Nama saya siapa, saya punya sekolah apa, saya punya hobi apa, favorit saya apa, kesukaan makanan saya apa, film movie saya apa, kemudian pribadi saya itu bagaimana. Silakan bicara tanpa takut, langsung buka mic dan bicara. Silakan.
Anyone
Jangan
can
takut.
speak.
Silakan, siapa yang mau bicara?
Come on, be enthusiastic. Come up.
Silakan, Pak Yusak.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
Hello.
Dari Swiss.
Hello.
Ya. Go ahead. Siapa yang mau maju? Go ahead. Who is? Siapa? Sebut nama.
Hello. Me. Brian Rico.
Jawati. Yeah, my name is Suli.
Ya, go ahead.
I live in Bima, NTB. No.
Ya, silakan Kak.
yes, try.
I have finished school.
Okay.
My hobby.
Mhm.
My hobby is cooking.
Right, great.
My favorite food, fried rice.
Wow.
I don't have like movies.
Okay.
Personality.
Yeah.
Kepribadiannya.
Ya.
Right. Wonderful. See, my dear students, who are all trying to speak, this is where you open up. This is the platform to socialize, to know each other. And when we speak, our soft skills, our personality enhances. Only through speaking, getting to know, reading, writing definitely helps us in getting to know what exactly we are talking about. So if it can, yeah.
I'm a forward in public.
Not a problem. You see, only when you start speaking, do not shy from the public. Once you speak, you have that confidence, and that confidence actually gives you that inbuilt anxiety to speak more. Don't stay within yourself. Expose yourself to the world. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of talent. If this knowledge and talent cannot be used, cannot be spoken, that goes waste. So speak. Shall I move ahead?
Pak Johnson, you'd like to say something Pak to the students?
Jadi Pak Bira bilang jangan takut untuk bicara di publik. Harus berani berbicara saja, tidak usah takut dan keluarkan kita punya potensi. Ini ada Pak teman ada yang mau bicara, Pak Daniel, dia mau sampaikan juga dia punya ini. So one more student like to share, Mr. Bibra.
Yes.
Daniel, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Daniel Dake. I live in Jawa Timur with Mr. Johnson Detan. I school in theological, biblical in Malang. My hobby is play soccer or futsal. Yeah, my favorite food is nasi goreng. Yeah, movies I like Fast and Furious action, and personality I wanna try a new like media social on YouTube, live YouTube like that. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful, claps. Wonderful effort made by the student. This is how it needs to be done. Any student to take up?
One more. I think her name is Laila Sasti.
So hello, Mr. Bibra.
Hello.
So my name is Alisa Laila Sasti. You can just call me Alisa. I'm actually from Public High School 1 Bogor, but right now I'm an exchange student in United States right now. So yeah, I'm not in Indonesia right now. And then what else? If you want to know about my personality, I think I'm kind of more like a risk taker, and then I like to challenge myself. That's why I'm joining this these Zoom meetings, because I think the soft skill and how you improve yourself is the most important things that you have to have in your life. And then if you ask me how about my personality, I think I'm kind of more like a risk taker, and then I like to challenge myself. That's why I'm in here as an exchange student in the United States. So yeah, I like to challenge myself and I like to try something new. So yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction. See, my dear students, this is how we interact. This is how we learn. Now, whatever Elisa has spoken, that becomes a type of an example for each of us to speak. And that is how we improvise ourselves. So shall I move ahead?
I think one more, please.
Right.
Siapa yang tadi angkat tangan? Laila, Faisal?
There was
Silakan.
one more.
Laila, Faisal tadi ada angkat tangan? Silakan.
Okay, my name is Laili Rosalina Faisal. I am a senior high school of Mambaul Ulum Bata-Bata. My hobbies is reading, writing, and cooking. My favorite food are fried chicken, meatball. My favorite movie is K-drama movie. My personality is secret.
Wow, great. Wonderful. Though I really appreciate the efforts taken up by the students to speak, that is something which is more required. The ability to speak default should be there. Plus, once you start speaking, you get to know, and that is where you have that single spark to do something in this world. First, you should be motivated, you should be ignited, you should have that spark within you, and then the world is open to you. Is there any more student?
Ada lagi yang mau kasih jawaban sebelum Pak Bibra lanjut?
We
Go
can
ahead,
continue.
Pak Bibra.
All right. So I move forward, and when we talk about personality enhancement, first thing that should come to our mind is that we should not fear the failure. As a student community, most of the students have think that, okay, if I don't do this, I will fail. What will happen if I fail? Don't have the fear of failure. Take the life as it goes. We should believe that failures are the stepping stones to success. You learn something from if you fail in something. Make yourself known to the world. Do something in this world that the world recognizes you. Now, come across as a leader. Now, leader is not a political leader, religious leader, spiritual leader. No, a leader for humanity, a leader within yourself. Once you have that traits of a leader, you would default have that conviction, that belief, that confidence. And be jovial. Don't be serious always. Always have a small smile on your face. Don't look very staringly, very coolly that, okay, what is this? Have some smile. Take things in a very jovial way. Learn it, understand it. And the last point is that believe that you are unique. You are one of a kind. You are yourself. If you come across all these traits, do not fear the failure. Make yourself known to the world. Come across as a leader. Always be jovial with a smiling face on, and don't be serious always. And believe that you are unique. These attributes actually enhances your personality. I would request Johnson sir to translate.
Yes, sure. Jadi pengembangan poin pertama tadi, salah satunya adalah pengembangan diri, personal development tadi itu ada 5 poin penting yang Pak Bibra mau sampaikan. Yang pertama, jangan takut gagal. Kalau mau jadi sukses, diri mau berkembang, jangan takut gagal. Nomor 1. Nomor 2, keluar dan nyatakan diri kepada orang lain supaya orang lain itu bisa kenal dan tahu. Itu maksudnya memperkenalkan diri, harus berani dan keluar berbicara, perkenalkan diri. Nomor 3, keluar sebagai seorang leader atau pemimpin, bukan pemimpin politik atau pemimpin organisasi, tapi keluar sebagai orang yang bisa memimpin diri dan bisa menolong orang yang lain. Itu artinya berani untuk keluar sebagai seorang yang bisa memimpin. Nomor 4, harus selalu bersuka cita. Jadi jangan sampai murung-murung, sedih, tapi bersuka cita dengan senyum. Jangan terlalu serius. Itu untuk mengembangkan diri, poin yang keempat. Dan yang kelima, harus percaya bahwa saudara adalah seorang yang Tuhan ciptakan sebagai orang yang unik, yang spesial, yang luar biasa, yang hebat juga. Itu unik sekali. Nah, ini kalau sudah ada begini akan merasa percaya diri, confident, kemudian akan bicara dengan berani. Kalau 5 poin ini ada dalam diri kita masing-masing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Johnson sir. Now, I want every student to speak why you are unique. Unique means why you are special. What is special in you? Unique means one characteristic, one feature that you have within yourself that your friend doesn't have, your neighbor doesn't have, your family doesn't have. You can talk whether you are honest, you are disciplined, you are dedicated, you are hardworking, you are sincere, anything.
Sekarang Pak Bibra mau supaya kita masing-masing berani dan berbicara tentang keunikan kita. Keluar biasaan saya itu, saudara itu apa? Kehebatan saudara yang Tuhan kasih itu apa? Keajaibannya apa yang beda dengan orang-orang yang lain? Silakan pikir dan silakan sampaikan. Dari situ kita akan merasa percaya diri setelah kita temukan kehebatan, keunikan dari kita. Silakan.
I'm waiting, my dear students. Speak. Tell one characteristic why you are unique.
Can speak Indonesia?
Go ahead, I will translate it. Silakan. Saya terjemahkan.
Okay. My name is nama saya Yusak. Spesialisasi yang Tuhan berikan kepada saya adalah bisa penyabar, penyayang, juga pemerhati.
So I'm Yusak. I'm actually patient. I'm patient. Go ahead, Pak Yusak. Silakan lanjut.
Ya, penyayang, penyabar, serta care in people.
So I'm also a person who care others, and also I love people. I like to serve people.
Wonderful, wonderful. See that one characteristic this student has got. Now, when we talk about, we are actually introspecting ourselves. We are thinking what quality we have within ourselves, and then we are trying to put it across to our friends. And similarly, you acquire qualities from your friends and you keep on moving step by step.
Jadi tatkala kita sudah mengetahui diri kita dan kemampuan kita, maka secara perlahan-lahan kita akan bertumbuh dalam mengembangkan diri kita itu sendiri. Jadi ini Pak mau sampaikan tentang bagaimana kita sadar kemampuan-kemampuan itu untuk dikembangkan secara luar biasa.
I will come up with some more example that will actually give you a thought to introspect, to think about yourself. And believe me, wait for 1 or 2 slides. There's something that's coming up.
Saya sebentar akan menolong agar saudara-saudara bisa mengintrospeksi diri, bisa melihat diri kembali dan mengetahui kehebatan-kehebatan itu. Nanti dalam slide 1-2 saya akan membuka rahasia-rahasia itu. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, we have one distinct feature. What is that? We have 2 skills, 1 hard skills, 2 soft skills. These 2 are needed to be successful in life. As a student in your school, you acquire all the hard skills. Then once you pass out of your school and go into this world of unemployment, of seeking a job or doing some business, what you need is soft skills. If you want to be successful in your life, you require soft skills. So when I talk about hard skills, it talks about your educational background, it talks about your exposure, it talks about your expertise and technical knowledge. And remember, what knowledge you have got that you are capable of, only you can do it. An engineer cannot do a job which a doctor can. And vice versa, a doctor can do some surgery, but an engineer cannot. So if we have that skill within ourselves, we need to utilize. But at the same time, when we talk about soft skills, you should have that behavior competency, that attribute, personality traits. You should have that leadership. You should be self-motivated. You should have sociability, empathy, adaptability, and flexibility. Now, adaptability means you should be adaptable to every situation. You should be flexible to any situation. Empathy, as I said, you need to step into the shoes of somebody. Sociability means you need to have a lot of social things. Then, when we talk about leadership, yes, you need to acquire those qualities. Motivation, you should be self-motivated, need not wait for somebody to tell you that, okay, go ahead and do that. You should be self-motivated. You should have that curiosity to do something. And you should have that personality. Johnson.
Yes.
Sir.
Jadi untuk bisa sukses, Pak Bibra memberikan kita 2 pembagian besar dalam kecerdasan dan kemampuan yang namanya hard skills dan soft skills. Hard skills itu adalah keterampilan secara keras dan soft itu secara halus, secara dalam. Jadi dia bagi 2 ini. Nah, yang dimaksud dengan hard skills itu dalam arti kita punya pendidikan, latar belakang pendidikan kita. Kemudian kita punya kemampuan dalam berbisnis dan hal-hal yang lain dalam bekerja. Kemudian pengetahuan-pengetahuan tentang teknik, tentang kehebatan kita dalam ilmu tertentu, kemudian sebagai insinyur itu bisa melaksanakan tugas sebagai dokter dan sebaliknya. Itu artinya yang berhubungan dengan ilmu itu namanya hard skills atau pendidikan kita. Tapi itu tidak cukup, kita juga membutuhkan yang namanya soft skills yang adalah sikap kita, kemampuan bersikap, personal kita, sifat kita, kepemimpinan, memotivasikan diri. Jadi jangan tunggu orang lain motivasi, tapi diri harus mendorong supaya bisa berhasil. Itu sudah bagian dari soft skill. kemudian kemampuan untuk bersosial, kemampuan untuk tadi seperti Pak Yusa katakan itu bersosial, care orang lain, empati dan jatuh hati dan simpati kepada orang lain itu, kemampuan untuk beradaptasi dengan orang lain, kemampuan untuk fleksibel, jadi jangan kaku-kaku tapi bisa easy going, jadi bisa berhubungan dengan orang. Nah itu kemampuan-kemampuan ini penting untuk menjadi orang yang berhasil, sukses. Soft skill ini harus digunakan dan dikembangkan selain hard skill yang kita belajar di sekolah. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Now, what are the contemporary soft skills? Contemporary means the soft skills that are needed right now in this world, in this industry, in this age for our generation. We talk about critical thinking. We should be critical enough. We should be open to criticism. We should be ready to criticize. We should have creativity. That is, you need to think in a way that others don't think. Out of the box solutions. You should be optimistic, positive attitude, leadership, assertiveness. Assertiveness is something that you talk in a very positive way. Put your thought process in a very positive way. Let not others think that he has got some negativity within himself. Negotiation skill, how you try to negotiate with somebody. Most of the students and the teachers or maybe someone, they fight with each other with negotiation. No, we should try to resolve it in a very amiable way. Manage yourself, self-management, self-discipline, self-dedication. Put your things in the right way. Prioritize your tasks in a way. Okay, tomorrow morning I need to do this at 9:30. At 10:30 I need to do this. 11:30 I need to do this. Manage yourself. Improvise your communication skills. Thank God that you have got the power of speech. Imagine we have n number of things in our mind, n number of knowledge and wisdom in our mind, but we are unable to speak. What would happen to this knowledge and wisdom? It will go with our death. You cannot give it to someone. So communication skills play an important role. We have so many technocrats, so many technical experts who know everything, but they are unable to communicate, and hence their name and fame doesn't get to the world. So language skills, communication skills play an important role. Relationship, just like I was not aware who's Mr. Johnson. Now, Mr. Ravi played a pivotal role, introduced the qualities, introduced the work, introduced what all Johnson sir has been doing and what I have been doing. We developed a rapport with each other. We got to know each other, and that is how the friendship grows. That is how your relation grows. And when the networking, the relation grows, you get to know people across the world and you can get your things done. You should be a team player. Now, when I say team player, you should not play for yourself. You should not be an individual person. We are all together a team. We are all together a one world. We should all strive to work together and reach success. And finally, we should be self-motivated. Now, these are the soft skills that are needed for every student in this world to be successful in their career. Johnson, sir.
Thank you. Nah, sekarang Pak Bibra mulai menggali lebih dalam soft skill apa yang harus kita miliki di saat ini. Kalau ini kita miliki, kita akan menjadi orang-orang sukses dan mampu bersaing dan akan di garis depan. Saya lihat ada 11 keterampilan kecerdasan yang soft ini yang harus kita dapati dan tingkatkan dan punyai, yang saya pikir tidak diajarkan di sekolah-sekolah. Saya sendiri juga baru belajar ini, poin-poin soft skill ini. Nomor 1, harus bisa berpikir kritis, critical thinking itu. Jadi jangan terima-terima saja, tetapi berpikir kritis dan juga bisa menyampaikan secara kritis kepada orang lain dan bisa menerima hal-hal yang bersifat kritis itu. Nah, jadi itu nomor 1 untuk bisa orang sukses di zaman sekarang. Nomor 2, harus tingkatkan kemampuan berkreativitas. Itu harus ada sehingga bisa adaptasi tadi yang dibicarakan tentang adaptasi itu adanya dari kreativitas itu. Kemudian bisa maju. Nomor 3, harus optimistik. Jangan pesimistik. Artinya harus bisa saya tuh bisa berhasil. Kalau orang optimistik, dia akan berhasil dengan sendirinya sukses. Nomor 4, harus ada kemampuan leader. Tadi kita belajar tadi siang itu masalah leadership, memimpin diri dan memimpin orang lain. Harus bisa sehingga bisa berhasil, bisa maju. Jadi masalah pemahaman tentang skill leadership itu harus ada. Jadi jangan hanya ikut-ikut beo saja, ikut arus. Harus paham itu. Kemudian kemampuan untuk asertif itu artinya melihat kemampuan-kemampuan di dalam untuk bisa dikembangkan dan selanjutnya bisa bernegosiasi. Artinya bisa mampu untuk bisa berinteraksi dengan orang. Itu nanti gunanya nanti ke bisnis, kemudian berhubungan dengan sesama, itu ada skill yang harus kita kembangkan. Kemudian nomor berikut self management itu berhubungan dengan kemampuan untuk memanage diri, untuk mengatur diri. Tadi siang pagi juga kita udah belajar di situ bagaimana memanage diri, itu maksudnya memimpin diri, bangun pas jam, makan pas jam, tidur pas jam. Itu semua tuh begitu. Kalau kita datang tidak pas jam ya berarti tidak bisa atur diri. Kalau tidak bisa atur diri bagaimana mau mengatur orang lain? Itu semua termasuk rapi, semua itu masuk di self management itu. Kemudian communication skill itu kemampuan berkomunikasi. Pak Bribra bilang tadi, kalau pintar di otak tapi tidak bisa mengkomunikasikan, menyampaikan ke orang lain, semua wisdom di otak itu tidak bisa dikeluarkan dan tidak bisa berguna kalau tidak punya kemampuan berkomunikasi. Nah ini juga jarang sekolah mengajar tentang hal-hal begini. Hari ini kita belajar dari Pak Bibra tentang ilmu-ilmu ini untuk bisa kita kembangkan skill-skill ini untuk bisa survive dan bisa berhasil. Kemudian membangun itu kita punya laporan tentang diri dibangun dan ditingkatkan dan mampu untuk bekerja sama dalam tim dengan kelompok yang lain dan yang terakhir bagaimana bisa memotivasikan diri yang tadi sudah kita belajar di depan, self motivated. Jadi tetap mendorong untuk bisa selalu maju tiap pagi, dorong lagi. Ini kunci-kunci sukses dalam kehidupan dengan mengembangkan soft skill ini. Silakan, go ahead.
Thank you. Now, creative thinking. Now, when I say creative thinking, you can see the threads there. But where is the spark? You need to understand that you need to resolve that resolution. You see this spark. This is coming out of all these threads. It means that you should be able to come out with something new. You should try to resolve the problem statements in this world in a very different way. Only then you will be recognized. If I say A for apple, everyone knows. But if I say A for atrocity, A for ambiguity, then people will look at me. Oh my God, what words is he speaking? So you need to be different. You need to be creative. And if you can create something, not only you can enrich your life, but also have a cutting edge over others. Now, when I say cutting edge over others, people will definitely start admiring you, looking upon you as if that you are an expert in that domain. You should come up with innovative ideas, apply them in relevant context, situation, and think about new possibilities, theories, innovations, and see the pattern which is obvious. It means that you should think out of the box. It means that you should be special. It means that you should always be something or somebody who's always different from others. Johnson, sir.
Jadi, can you go back to that? Yeah, thank you. Jadi yang disampaikan sekarang masalah creative thinking, jadi berpikir secara kreatif itu adalah bagaimana kita buat satu yang lain, satu yang baru, tidak ikut arus, tapi kita ciptakan satu yang baru yang orang lain tidak pernah tahu atau tidak pernah berpikir sampai ke situ, kita membuat itu. Nah, akibatnya kita mulai membuat inovasi, ada ide yang baru, dan akibatnya kita menciptakan hal-hal yang lain yang orang lain tidak buat. Nah, ini karena kita bisa kreatif, dan itu harus berani. Kalau kita sudah sampai pada posisi itu, kemampuan kita akan muncul, dan itulah yang membuat kita tuh berhasil dalam banyak hal, apa secara bisnis, ataukah secara organisasi, politik, atau apapun yang kita buat. Kalau kita bisa berpikir kreatif seperti begini dan buat satu yang baru dan yang lain, orang akan yang heran dan akan anggaplah mengakui kita, dan kita akan mendapat confidence, akan percaya diri lagi lebih tinggi, karena semua yang baru itu keluar dari inovasi-inovasi baru itu keluar dari diri kita.
Great, thank you. Now, I have one puzzle for you. Look at this puzzle. A man was found murdered with a cassette recorder in one hand and gun in the other. When the police came, they immediately pressed the play button on the cassette. He said, "I have nothing else to live for. I can't go on." And then the sign of a gunshot. After listening, the people came to know that it was a murder, not a suicide. How? Think.
Should I translate?
Ini temponya frozen.
Gangguan jaringan.
Iya.
Ya, sambil tunggu Pak Bibra punya supaya jangan buang waktu. Ini ada contoh kasus yang dia angkat tadi berhubungan dengan ada satu orang yang tertembak mati di situ dengan pistol di tangan, dan di sebelah tangan kiri dan tangan satunya itu ada tape recording. Dan dalam tape recording itu dikatakan, saya tidak ada alasan untuk hidup. Nah, pertanyaannya, apa memang orang ini membunuh dirinya atau sebenarnya bukan? Nanti kita tunggu lagi, saya baca ulang dia punya pertanyaan terakhir. Tapi itu semacam pertanyaan yang kita harus analisis menggunakan otak kita. Dia mau mengajar kita bagaimana cara melihat sesuatu yang lain dari contoh kasus tentang orang yang ada tape recording sama pistol di tangan yang satu. Ya, kita tunggu Pak Bibra kembali. Pak Raffi, you want to say something while we waiting for Pak Bibra?
Just a minute, I'm just trying to check with Pak Bibra what's the problem, Pak. Just a minute.
Oke, baik Pak Raffi, nanti sementara cek dengan Pak Bibra, tapi mari kita diskusi sedikit ya, karena ini pengajaran yang luar biasa untuk meningkatkan kemampuan soft skill kita, kemampuan keterampilan, kecerdasan diri kita. Dan hal-hal seperti begini tidak diajarkan di sekolah-sekolah. Saya lihat kita tuh hanya belajar tentang ilmu teori orang lain, tapi kita tidak pernah belajar kemampuan-kemampuan yang ada dalam diri kita. Mr. Bibra, I just explained to them about your case. Please put that things again, because I look at the question that I like them to think and answer. Can you put that things again, please?
Actually, there was some connectivity issue and I could not show it. Now again, you need to enable the participant screen sharing so that I can share the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Just enable that. It is disabled now.
Okay, just sec.
No, I'm still unable to share it.
Yeah, I believe now you can, Pak Bibra.
Yes, yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
So my way of thinking is that, you see, creative thinking, no one can understand what the answer is. The answer is like the last line. If the man shot himself while recording, how did he rewind the tape? Because this line says the police came to know that it was a murder and not a suicide. Because if I'm recording that I don't want to live anymore, and then there is a gunshot, the recording will take place and it will stop there. Now, creative thinking, the police just pressed the button and they got the recording, and the recording was saying, I have nothing else to live for, I can't go on. It means that somebody else has rewinded what he said and played it till that time. It means that he did not commit suicide, he was shot. So this is creative thinking. This is what every student should develop. We should analyze the things. We should be able to think out of the box. We should look at some question with a different mind. Am I clear? Shall I move ahead?
Ya, Jasek. Jadi kasus yang Pak, can you go back please? Ya, jadi kasus yang tadi diangkat oleh Pak Bibra itu, masalah polisi melihat ini orang ini meninggal, tapi polisi menyatakan bahwa dia tidak membunuh diri, bukan dia yang bunuh diri sendiri. Kenapa? Bagaimana dia bunuh diri sendiri sambil waktu dia recording itu dia menembak diri? Kan tidak mungkin begitu, karena kalau dia tembak waktu dia nyatakan bahwa dia tidak ada alasan untuk hidup, berarti harusnya di tengah saja sudah mati orang itu. Maka kesimpulannya bukan dia yang menembak diri, tetapi orang lain yang menembak diri. Ini adalah contoh bagaimana berpikir secara critical thinking dan creative thinking, sehingga kita menemukan solusi untuk mendapat solusi untuk masalah yang terjadi. Nah, makanya dia berpikir untuk bagaimana kita bisa berpikir di luar box. Jangan sampai kita hanya menyimpulkan tanpa melihat data yang kuat, akibatnya kesimpulan kita salah. Itu contoh yang diberikan oleh Pak Bibra tentang creative thinking dan juga critical thinking. Go ahead.
I have these two questions for you. Think about this. How can you make a raw egg fall on the floor without breaking it? Think about first question. How can you make a raw egg drop on the floor without breaking it? Johnson, Pak.
Sekarang pertanyaan tentang otak ya, untuk bagaimana gunakan kita punya soft skill ini. Pertanyaannya begini, bagaimana kita bisa membuat menjatuhkan ini telur dalam bentuk baris tanpa kita memecahkan telur itu? Tanpa telur itu
Students need to
pecah.
answer. Students should give that answer.
Oke, silakan menjawab pertanyaan tadi. Bagaimana kita membuat baris, menjatuhkan itu telur dalam bentuk baris lurus, tetapi telur tidak pecah? Caranya bagaimana?
Anyone?
Ada yang mau jawab? Silakan berpikir dan silakan jawab. Bagaimana kita menjatuhkan telur ke bawah dalam bentuk satu garis, baris, tetapi tidak pecah? Ada yang bisa menjawab secara kritis atau kreatif?
This is creative thinking.
Ini yang namanya berpikir kreatif. Ayo, silakan. Nah, ini karena kita di sekolah tidak ajarin, jadi kita kadang-kadang agak sulit. Tapi begitulah pengajaran dari Pak Bibra untuk berpikir kreatif. Silakan.
Think.
Ya, kalau ada jawaban salah nggak apa-apa ya teman-teman, harus dicoba. There's no wrong answer, you can try. Give it a try.
Yes.
That's more important.
Ya,
Ya, Daniel, silakan. Jangan takut.
Saya mencoba untuk menjawab. Saya pakai bahasa Indonesia karena bahasa Inggris saya tidak terlalu bagus. Saya berpikir kalau kita menjatuhkan telur, menjatuhkan telur secara bersamaan supaya dia jangan pecah, harus satu persatu supaya yang lainnya tidak ikut pecah.
So he said he would like to drop it one by one so they don't break, they don't hit each other. That's from him.
Wonderful answer, but great thinking. Great thinking.
Oke, itu cara yang jawaban yang bagus dari Daniel. Tadi ada di sana Soleh, mau jawab juga?
Ya, saya coba. Halo? Bisa dengar ya?
Go ahead.
Oke, I'm trying to answer. Mungkin yang kita sebelum jatuhkan kita taruh dulu jerami di atas, baru kita lempar supaya jangan pecah mungkin Pak.
Yeah, you
Karena
can speak directly to Pak Bibra.
I cannot answer for English one. So maybe we put soft things to cover the floor before we throw the egg, so it's not break. But if you throw right away, then it will break. So that's my answer.
Okay.
Basically, put a cushion or something, so that the egg doesn't break.
Yeah. Right. I got it.
Oke, Pak Soleh bilang taruh kapas atau jerami di bawah supaya jangan pecah. Langsung lempar saja.
We have got two wonderful answers. Two people thinking in a different way.
Saya sudah lihat ini ada dua orang berpikir cukup sangat kreatif ini. Luar biasa itu jawabannya, yang kreatif sekali. Ayo.
But the answer is, I will give you the answer.
Saya akan berikan jawabannya.
The answer is, this raw egg.
Saya akan mencoba menjawab, apakah bisa?
Just ada Dewan. Oke, silakan. Just wait, Mr. Bibra.
Yes.
Go ahead. Apa?
Oh, saya akan menjawab yang gambar nomor 2.
The second image.
Pertanyaannya kan begini, bagaimana cara mengangkat gajah dengan satu tangan? Nah, jawaban saya yaitu tidak ada gajah dengan satu tangan, yaitu artinya gajah itu tidak mempunyai tangan.
Okay, so she was trying to answer the second image about lift the elephant with one hand. But she said there is no elephant with hands. Is that right, Pak Raffi?
Wonderful answer. Yeah. That is the right answer. That is the right answer.
Jawaban yang luar biasa tepat.
Great. Now, the first question also has that answer. You see, how can you make a raw egg for drop on the floor without breaking it? It means here floor, not the egg. So you need to think, even if you drop an egg on the floor will not break. It means floor, but not the egg. This word, it means floor, not the egg. So egg will break, but the floor will not. That is creative thinking.
Baik, jadi jawaban ini hanya masalah creative thinking. Tadi dua jawaban juga sudah benar. Tapi fokus yang jawaban kedua orang tadi itu fokusnya ke telur. Tetapi ternyata dalam bahasa Inggris di sana itu dia tidak bilang them, tetapi dia bilang it. Berarti arahnya ke floor. Jadi bagaimana kita menjatuhkan telur agar supaya floor itu tidak rusak. Nah, kita kalau creative thinking, kita akan berpikir, oh kalau telur pecah kan tidak apa-apa, tapi yang penting jangan floornya yang pecah. Nah, ini namanya creative thinking. What's excellent.
Thank you. Now, most of the companies in the job, creative thinking and career, how companies look for it. Most of the job descriptions say that creative thinking is required. They give you money, they give you salary, they pay you a lot because you should be creative. So you should be prepared to answer those questions with creative answers. Each thought should be tested again and again. Discuss with your friends, discuss with your colleagues who have similar interests, and don't feel offended when somebody criticizes you. Let criticism be the beginning of a new thinking. If someone says, hey, you don't know anything, don't take it in a negative way. You start thinking it from that way, and that will actually give you good results. Johnson, Pak.
Pak, you're on mute. Pak Johnson, you're on mute.
Sorry, thank you, Pak Raffi. Jadi masalah creative thinking ini ada hubungan kuat dengan kerja. Jadi kalau kita tidak belajar ini, kita tidak akan sukses dalam kerja, baik kerja dengan orang lain maupun kerja untuk diri sendiri. Nah, kenapa ini penting? Karena dari situlah ide-ide baru itu muncul tatkala ada creative thinking, bahkan ada kritikal dari orang lain. Maka orang yang punya job itu biasanya dia butuh sekali creative thinking itu, sehingga job, perusahaan, company itu akan bertumbuh secara luar biasa karena kita berpikir secara kreatif. Jadi jangan hanya ikut-ikut itu saja, tapi selalu membuat satu yang baru dan yang lain. Itu tujuannya kita belajar soft skill tentang creative thinking ini. Kemudian harus selalu siap untuk memberikan jawaban, untuk bagaimana menciptakan jawaban-jawaban yang kreatif. Selalu siap dan buat itu. Oh begini, oh begitu. Itu dari punya gambar tentang menciptakan sesuatu ide yang baru. Nah, kemudian setiap creative thinking itu harus dicoba lagi dan dicoba lagi. Tidak usah takut. Jadi selalu coba, karena itulah orang berkreatif itu, berinovasi itu, biasanya dia tidak takut salah, dia coba lagi. Setelah dia coba, dia berpikir, dia diskusi, dia omong, dia diskusi dengan dia punya kawan-kawan untuk mencari jawaban-jawaban dari orang lain tentang hal-hal yang ada itu. Kemudian dia tidak merasa malu, dia tidak merasa down, dia tidak merasa kecewa kalau ada orang yang kritik dia punya ide, dia tembak saja, dia maju terus. Nah, ini perlu dikembangkan. Ini yang jarang dipelajari, sehingga kita orang-orang Indonesia khususnya ini gampang tersinggung, gampang down, gampang lemah, gampang kecewa karena tidak siap mental untuk siap dikritik, makanya tidak sukses. Kunci sukses adalah jawaban yang tadi yang sekarang Pak Bibra jelaskan. Go ahead.
Thank you. So this is the cluster that I'm talking about, the core soft skills. We begin with the yellow one, communication skills, intrapersonal skills, interpersonal skills. Interpersonal is that how you talk to others. Intrapersonal is how do you gel out with each other. Body language, decision making, motivation and teamwork, time management and problem skills, leadership and ability to work under pressure, empathy, patience, tolerance. All these put together form the core soft skills. You should be a good communicator. You should have good body language. You should be able to take decisions. You should think before you take a decision. Think in n number of ways, not in one way, two way, or three ways. Think from all perspectives. Motivation and teamwork, time management and problem solving skills. You should manage your time. God has given us 24 hours. In these 24 hours, we need to do everything. A day cannot be of 25 hours. We need to manage time to do our work. We need to resolve the problems. We need to think about the possible solutions. And we should obtain the leadership qualities, and we should be ready to work under pressure, because today's world always thinks of working under pressure. Empathy and patience and tolerance. Empathy we already talked about. You should be patient. You should be tolerable to every thought process. This slide is actually the core soft skills. Johnson.
Yes, ya. Jadi kemampuan-kemampuan untuk sukses ini dikembangkan lagi lebih dalam oleh Pak Bibra, yaitu kemampuan berkomunikasi, kemampuan untuk berinteraksi dengan diri dan dengan orang lain, kemudian bagaimana menggunakan bahasa tubuh itu dengan baik, kemudian bagaimana bisa menggunakan kemampuan-kemampuan yang ada itu dengan orang-orang yang ada, itu dia punya kekuatan soft skill itu. Bersama dengan itu bagaimana mengambil keputusan Nah, ini juga tidak diajar di sekolah. Saya tahu di sekolah kita tuh dari SD, TK sampai university tidak pernah belajar untuk making decision. Ini hal yang aneh. Padahal setiap saat ini we make decision. Setiap detik making decision. Tapi tidak diajar. Nah, ini Pak Bibra jelaskan harus mampu mengambil keputusan. Keputusan yang diambil dengan berpikir secara logik dan secara data yang baik untuk ambil keputusan supaya bisa berhasil. Juga supaya bisa berhasil dalam skill-skill itu harus bisa sabar, toleransi. Nah, kenapa konflik-konflik terjadi? Karena orangnya tidak sabar, orangnya tidak toleran. Nah, ini adalah solving problem. Bagaimana menyelesaikan masalah dengan skill-skill ini. Bagaimana memotivasikan diri, bagaimana bekerja dengan teamwork, bagaimana bisa atur waktu dengan baik, bagaimana bisa menyelesaikan masalah, bagaimana bisa mengatur kepemimpinan diri, pemimpin dengan orang lain, bahkan tatkala dalam pressure, dalam tekanan yang tensi yang tinggi pun, tetap dia mampu bekerja dengan baik dan dengan indah, bahkan bisa empati dengan orang lain. Nah, ini yang soft skill ini harus kita kembangkan supaya kita bisa berhasil baik dalam diri sendiri maupun berhasil dengan orang lain, baik perusahaan pribadi maupun perusahaan orang lain, baik ke organisasi sendiri maupun organisasi orang lain. Kalau sore ini kita belajar dari Pak Bibra baik-baik, saudara saya yakin akan sangat berhasil secara luar biasa.
Yeah. Thank you. Now the body language. You see, most of the time we have this way of expression. Like we say that face is the index of mind and it clearly displays our intentions. Our body language should be very, very amiable. What we feel, what we think about that particular matter. Nodding one's head, body language, sitting cross-legged, arms, standing, sitting, emotion of sender and receiver. You should speak clearly and enthusiastically. This is body language actually gives a very positive note to others. Johnson.
Nah, ini sekarang Pak Bibra mau jelaskan itu tentang apa itu body language atau bahasa tubuh itu. Jadi bahasa tubuh itu ada hubungannya dengan kita punya face, kita punya muka itu bagaimana menunjukkan kita punya pikiran, kita punya personal, kita punya jiwa. Body language atau bahasa tubuh itu bisa dihubungkan dengan kita punya perasaan, kita punya kata-kata, kita punya pola pikir. Semua yang ada dalam diri kita itu bisa kita keluarkan dengan bahasa tubuh kita. Tatkala kita mengangguk saja, itu juga sudah menunjukkan apa yang kita mau atau kita tidak mau. Itu bagian dari body language. Kemudian tentang emosi itu kita bisa keluarkan, kita bisa kirim, kita bisa pantulkan hanya dengan body language tadi. Dan kita bisa lebih menjadi clear, menjadi jelas hanya dengan menggunakan body language, dengan menggunakan bahasa tubuh, dengan tangan, kaki, mata, apa semua itu kita pakai supaya orang bisa mengerti itu dengan baik, dan dengan demikian orang bisa menerima kita, bahkan tidak menimbulkan masalah gara-gara kita kasih body language yang bagus. Ya.
Now this is the key skills. Its importance. Making decisions. You should have that ability to make decisions, which is the key to getting on in life. Employers value it a lot. Self-motivation. If you are self-motivated, there is no need of any boss. You can do your job, and self-motivated people do not need any supervision because they are positive about life. If you have that leadership qualities within yourself, then default your attitude would be positive. And most of the people think that leadership means that I'm managing some group of people, I'm giving some orders to a group of people, only then I am a leader. No. Leader is motivating teammates, motivating them to do some work, have that positive attitude. Your communication should be effective. You are a successful leader. Leader doesn't mean that you create followers. Leader means followers should have their willingness to follow you. You should not command them. You should simply treat them as your teammates, and there would be the world that follows you. And when I talk about teamwork, teamwork towards a common goal requires intuition, skill to know the difference when you want to be a leader and when you want to be a listener. Because most of the time, leaders don't listen to common people. But a true leader is someone who actually listens to the people, to his team, and then be perspective. So remember, you should know the time when you need to receive the message from people and when you need to tell the people. Now, people means your colleagues, your teammates, your friends, anybody. And you should have the team management and ability to work under pressure, as I said earlier also, because if you have n number of things to do in a limited time, default your mind would start giving you quick ideas. Now, when I say when we have so much of time to do things, one or two things, we will feel relaxed and our job will not be that perfect. So these key skills, making decisions, self-motivation, leadership, teamwork, time management, are the prior skills that each of us should have. Johnson, sir.
Nah, sekarang ada 5 poin penting sebagai kunci untuk bisa sampai sukses dengan peningkatan skill-skill yang soft ini. Tadi saya sudah bicara tentang masalah ini juga, bahwa ini tidak diajar di sekolah. Nah, ini kita belajar dari Pak Bibra ini, saya kira luar biasa bagi saudara-saudara malam ini atau sore ini. Yang pertama adalah kemampuan untuk mengambil keputusan. Kemampuan untuk mengambil keputusan ini sangat penting untuk kehidupan baik sebagai seorang yang bekerja di perusahaan atau mungkin juga dari pemimpin. Setiap hari kalau kita belajar mampu mengambil keputusan dengan baik, saya yakin kita akan sukses. Bersama dengan itu nomor 2, skill yang harus dikembangkan yaitu mengembangkan diri dengan memotivasikan diri untuk bisa bekerja sama dengan orang lain. Jadi orang lain bisa tertolong dalam pekerjaan yang ada karena kita mampu memotivasikan diri kita dan selalu berbicara hal-hal positif dalam kehidupan kita. Yang ketiga, itu dalam hal kepemimpinan, leadership itu, bagaimana kita leader. Jadi leader itu bukan hanya mau jadi leader saja supaya orang ikut, tapi bagaimana kita bisa mengatur supaya orang itu bisa merasa dipimpin dengan baik dan merasa itu ada hal-hal positif di dalam kepemimpinan kita. Dan kita bisa mendorong tim kita ini bisa maju dengan sukacita karena cara kita memimpin itu luar biasa. Kita tahu untuk mengatur dan berkomunikasi dengan baik dalam kepemimpinan kita. Jadi kita bukan bos, kita bukan raja, kita bukan king, tapi kita adalah servant. Kita menolong mereka sebagai leader. Itu yang berikut adalah teamwork. Kita bagaimana bisa bekerja sama. Dan teamwork itu tidak bisa kita teamwork kita saja yang omong-omong saja. Kita juga harus dengar orang lain, bagaimana menjadi listener. Kapan kita bicara, kapan kita mendengar. Sehingga dengan begitu terjadilah kooperasi, kerjasama, kolaborasi yang jalan dengan baik karena kita mampu berbicara dan kapan kita mendengar. Dan yang terakhir itu masalah bagaimana mengatur waktu sehingga kita bisa berhasil, kita bisa selesaikan masalah kerja kita itu dengan cepat dan tepat, real time. Nah, ini hal yang banyak juga tidak diajar sehingga kita tuh selalu terlambat di sekolah, terlambat di kerja. Nah, saya itu kadang-kadang tambahkan sedikit, saya bukan saja on time, tapi kita harus belajar untuk before time. Itu masalah memanage waktu kita. Sebelum waktu kita sudah selesai dan kita sudah berhasil. Itu kunci skill-skill yang soft yang disampaikan oleh Pak Bibra di sini. Ya.
Thank you. Any questions that the student has?
Silakan kalau ada yang belum paham atau ingin tanya untuk mengetahui lebih dalam, silakan bertanya kepada Pak Bibra. Jangan takut, jangan malu-malu, karena ini kesempatan. Seperti saya katakan tadi, kita tidak belajar di sekolah kita ini. Ini saatnya belajar di Pak Bibra. Silakan.
Ya, kalau ada pertanyaan di bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa ya teman-teman, tapi intinya ditanya ya. Nanti Pak Johnson dibantu. Silakan.
Ya, saya lihat di sini juga ada beberapa dari PGSD juga ada. Jadi Ini sudah masuk dalam ilmu jiwa. Sebenarnya orang-orang yang belajar dari apa ya, dari ya dalam pendidikan ini penting sekali. Ini hal-hal yang menurut saya sangat-sangat luar biasa ilmu ini. Jadi lebih baik bertanya dan tanpa takut, tidak usah takut. Nanti tidak ada yang buat salah juga. Ini dari Abraham Akili, Novita, silakan bertanya.
Maybe Nathan sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes,
I have one
please.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we know the whole world, there are two skills. One is the technical skill or the hard skills, as you mentioned, and the other one you mentioned is the soft skills. Now, hard skills is something which we can learn because, we go to the school, we learn the books, we learn. And soft skills, they say that some people are good in soft skills, some people are not good in soft skills. And some people say that soft skills is something which is inbuilt, like you have the soft skill in you. But some theories say that soft skills can be learned. So what do you suggest? I mean, like for students, and I think students in Indonesia are very much like Indian students, where the exposure, when it comes to the technical skills, they're good. But when it comes to the soft skills, the exposure is very limited. So what would you suggest to those students? That is it that something that I'll say that, oh, God is not giving me the soft skills, or is it something which everyone can learn and improve on? What do you think, sir? Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful question. Now, I'm pretty happy that each of the students, including Ravi sir and Johnson sir, were keenly observing, understanding what my slides were, and you got to ask me one question on hard skill and soft skill. Now, hard skill is something that when you go to school, you go to college, you go to university, acquire in your education, in your exposure to technical things. Now, the question that was asked by Ravi sir was whether soft skills can be acquired or not. Yes, it can be. And let me tell you, soft skills are inbuilt within us. The only thing is that we don't realize it. We don't introspect ourselves. I want to ask one question to everybody. How did you learn your mother tongue, my dear? Did someone teach you? No one. Your parents were speaking to you when you were a small baby in their lap, and they were saying, say mommy, say papa, say mama. And you were smiling, looking at them. You were simply listening. And after 1 year, the baby says, papa, mama, mommy, whatever it is. Now, when a small infant of 1 year can acquire the language that you are speaking to them, why can't we acquire soft skills? And what are soft skills? Soft skills are nothing. It is the inbuilt. The only thing is that you need to take it out. Don't you know how to answer? Didn't you answer any answer? Didn't you give any answer to the question asked by your teacher in your school? You gave. You gave the answer to the questions. The only thing is that you need to polish something, how to give a better answer. That's it. If somebody says, what is the answer to this question? If I say, how are you? You will say, I'm fine. But if you say, I'm fine, thank you. How about you? This is soft skills. This is how you try to interact with each other. This is how you try to bond with each other. This is how you learn the etiquette, mannerism, and how to behave. That is the soft skill. Leadership, motivation, awareness, integrity, and patience, empathy. What are all these? Don't we have the leadership within ourselves? Didn't we lead our friends in any game like cricket or football or hockey or volleyball or anything? Didn't we direct our teammates to do something in this way or that way? We are inborn leaders. The only thing is that we have actually created a world where we think that, okay, I don't know something about this. Now this world is something new, but we are actually aware of everything. The only thing is that you need to hit the target. So soft skills are inbuilt. They can be acquired by anyone in this world.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And maybe one point I would like to inform, I'll say it in English and then probably in Bahasa Indonesia also, is get out of your comfort zone. Because believe me, everyone, that being comfortable is good, but being comfortable, there is no growth. What you are, you will remain the way you are. But once you become uncomfortable, I know we don't like to be uncomfortable because humans like to be comfortable. But the more you are uncomfortable, the more it means you're growing. And believe me, the more you get uncomfortable, that level of uncomfortable will reduce, and that uncomfortable zone will become your comfort zone. That means maybe you do not speak, now you are a bit shy to speak, but the more you keep trying, that uncomfortable zone will keep reducing, and that will become your comfort zone. So that is how you acquire skill. Jadi teman-teman, jangan malu-malu, jangan takut. Kita semuanya manusia. Kita semuanya kita kan ada otak. Kita punya banyak yang ilmunya, kita ada banyak yang skill. Jadi seperti tadi yang Pak Bibra disampaikan, itu adalah sesuatu kita harus diusahakan. Jangan malu, jangan takut. Kalau kita takut, kita nggak belajar, karena kita belajar semuanya dengan yang kesalahan yang kita dibikinkan. Contohnya teman-teman, saya juga sekarang ngomong bahasa Indonesia, ada banyak kesalahan, tapi intinya saya usahakan. Tapi dengan usahakan saya bisa komunikasi. Ya, yes, Bibra, so you were saying something, so please.
Yeah, I want to add one last slide. That wonderful saying and explanation by Ravi sir. I want to say one line to all the students and everyone present over here, that if you live with the problem, you will die with the problem. If you face the problem, you will find a solution. This is my proverb. I did not learn somewhere. This is exposure of my life. I repeat, if you live with the problem, you will die with the problem. If you face the problem, you will find a solution.
Excellent. Very. Yeah.
So need not worry if you don't know English. English is not that difficult. It is easy to acquire. When a small baby can acquire a language, we are adults. We can easily acquire anything in this world.
Actually, Nitin sir, to be very honest, is I've been in Indonesia for the past 21 years, and I have to admit that the students actually learn English. They actually can speak English. The only problem is that with all respects, in the schools, the focus is too much on the grammar. It's so much on grammar, and unfortunately, the Indonesian language does not have much of grammar. So for students to think about the present tense, past tense, future tense, that's a kind of it's a kind of a mind-boggling to them, and that's why they. And also from a cultural point of view, rather than making a mistake, I would rather avoid. I mean, that's the kind of approach which is used. But then, as we discussed, Taman is. If you're having a problem, or if you feel you're going to make a mistake, making mistake is nothing wrong. In fact, making mistake is good, because only when you make a mistake, you will realize where you stand, whether you're right or whether you're wrong. But if you don't make a mistake, you will never learn. So please don't think about making a mistake, but learn from your mistake. I mean, making a mistake is one part, but learning from it is another part. And that is what I use that strategy to learn Bahasa Indonesia. Because I make a lot of mistakes, I apologize at the beginning, and then I make mistakes because I've already apologized. After that, making mistakes, it doesn't matter, but I will learn from it. So I request all of y'all, with this wonderful session, what we had from Nitin sir, is please keep trying. Do not give up, and learn from your mistakes. And you have all the skills, you have all the talents. It's just that you need to give it a try. Nitin sir.
That's it.
Can
Thank you
I
so much.
explain that? I mean, translate quickly for those 3
Yes,
points.
yes, please. Yes, please.
Tadi ada 3 poin penting yang saya mau summarize dari Pak Raffi tadi, bertanya tentang apa soft skill itu ada di kita atau kita harus belajar atau memang ada. Nah, kalau yang hard skill itu kan kita belajar, tapi soft skill itu bagaimana? Dan Pak Bibra bilang sebenarnya sudah ada dalam kita, tinggal kita kembangkan saja. Nah, itu mau mendorong bahwa kita bisa kembangkan tuh soft skill yang tadi dijelaskan supaya kita bisa sukses dalam kehidupan kita. Yang berikut itu bicara tentang masalah soft skill ini dikembangkan, tentang kepercayaan diri tadi, diangkat oleh Pak Raffi dan Pak Bibra bilang kalau mau berhasil, hadapi itu masalah dan selesaikan. Orang yang berani menghadapi masalah, solusinya ada. Tapi orang yang tidak berani hadapi masalah, dia mati dengan masalah. Dead with the problems. Jadi yang ketiga itu, tadi Pak Raffi mau dorong supaya jangan takut salah, action saja. Nanti kita mistake, kita minta maaf. Kalau salah bicara, ya kita rubah lagi. Jadi itu keberanian untuk maju itu saya kira satu advice yang baik sekali untuk kita semua di grup ini, dan pengajaran dari Pak Bibra ini saya kira sangat luar biasa. Now we have some question from two people, Pak Bibra, Mr. Bibra. Two people are going to ask questions. First of all dari Daniel and then dari Soleh.
Right.
Silakan.
Oke, terima kasih. Saya Daniel. Saya mau bertanya, bagaimana cara kita untuk bisa menyatukan antara hard skill dengan soft skill yang ada di dalam diri kita? Karena itu saya berpikir bisa disatukan atau bagaimana? Dan cara-caranya seperti apa begitu?
Can you help me how to combine the hard skill and soft skill together in my life? Thank you.
Right. Good question. Now, I would like to say that hard skill and soft skill go parallelly. The only thing is that we do not realize them that they are going parallelly. You need to see. You see, when you are going to a college, you speak to your teachers, you speak to your friends, you greet them, you talk to them, you discuss on a particular problem, taking in a group, which is a group discussion, and you inquire about each other. That is, you are trying to have some interview sessions with them. Now, you play with them in the evening, you take the charge of the game, you behave as a captain, you behave as a teammate. We are doing it in our life. The only thing is that we are not realizing that these are soft skills.
Yeah.
Jadi tadi Pak Bibra itu menggarisbawahi penting sekali. Kita ini tidak sadar kalau dalam kehidupan kita sehari-hari itu kita lagi kembangkan soft skill kita dalam berteman, berinteraksi, dalam bermain, di olahraga, apa semua yang kita buat itu sebenarnya tanpa sadar kita akan sementara jalankan soft skill itu, termasuk kepemimpinan. Nah, kita tidak sadar bahwa itu ada di situ. Hanya kita itu terlalu fokus di belajar di sekolah dan kita hanya lihat itu hal yang paling penting. Padahalnya dua skill ini dia seperti paralel. Yang hard skill di kiri atau kanan, soft skillnya di kiri. Tapi kita karena terlalu fokus di sekolah sehingga kita mementingkan hal-hal sekolah yang bersifat teori itu, tapi lupa bahwa yang praktikal itu hal-hal soft skill itu yang sebenarnya menurut Pak Bibra saya kira sangat penting untuk sukses. Demikian. That's the answer. Itu jawabannya.
Ada pertanyaan dari Pak Soli.
Thank you. Yeah. I have one question.
Yeah, Pak.
You want to say something?
No, Pak Soli has a question, Pak.
Ya.
Oke.
Pak Soli mau tadi?
Ya. I have one. Saya punya pertanyaan, tapi mungkin sudah dijawab tadi waktu Pak Raffi, tapi biar saya tanyakan saja tentang how we develop our soft skills like negotiation skills. That's my question actually.
Great, I can understand he's asking how can we develop negotiation skills. My dear student, have you ever gone to buy something in the market?
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, don't you bargain with the seller?
Yes.
That is negotiation. If you can bargain with the seller, maybe a vegetable seller, fruit seller, or book seller, or somebody, you are bargaining, you are negotiating. Similarly, if you are a graduate, if you are a postgraduate, if you are a student, if you go to get a job, you are selling yourself. You are selling your employability. You are selling your knowledge to the employer, and you need to get the right payment for it, right salary for it, right amount of money for it. That is where you negotiate. And if you are good at negotiating, then slowly through the ways of life, you learn negotiation. There is a theory behind negotiation that would take n number of hours to learn, but practically speaking, this is negotiation.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your answer.
Saya boleh bertanya, Johnson?
Silakan, go ahead.
Iya, seringkali kita ini mau berinteraksi dengan orang, tapi sebelum kita mau berinteraksi atau menyampaikan maksud kita sudah kadang-kadang berprasangka dulu, orang ini kira-kira welcome sama kita belum, atau jangan-jangan dia tidak respon sama kita, sehingga akhirnya kita ini mau mengutarakan sesuatu atau mendekati itu, akhirnya kita membatalkan atau meng-cut duluan niat itu. Nah, kira-kira solusinya apa?
So my problem is, before we approach somebody or before we are going to meet someone, we already make some bad assumption in our mind, our brain, and so we afraid, and then we didn't go. So can you help me how to solve that problem?
See, this is what we term it as stereotyping. Now, stereotyping is something which is inbuilt here. Now, if I say I'm going to meet my boss, you will imagine that, okay, boss will be wearing a business suit, he will be wearing a tie, he will be wearing a hat, and that he will be having a phone in his hand and doing something. Let us not get stereotyped. We are all human beings. If you think about a teacher, you will think that, okay, he will be very strict, he will not do this thing, he will not give me this attendance, he will not give me this mark. Don't think anything. These are preconceived notions. These are something which are actually fed in our mind by some outer agencies. Now, outer agencies could be your friends or maybe your inbuilt thought. Don't think about it unless you meet that personality. Only then try to get a picture or draw a caricature of that individual, what sort of personality he is. Never think before, okay, these all things that will actually hamper your self-confidence.
Ya, jadi Pak Bibra mau sampaikan untuk jauhi cara-cara begitu. Jangan menggunakan asumsi negatif sebelum melihat yang real. Hadapi itu. Itu juga Pak Bibra bilang sebelum. Jangan membuat masalah, tapi hadapi itu masalah supaya tidak kala menghadapi masalah itu solusinya ada. Jadi nasihat dari Pak Bibra, janganlah menggunakan asumsi negatif seperti itu, dan tapi jauhi itu, ambil berpikir secara positif dan hadapi itu realnya itu. Jadi tidak bunuh diri, jadi langsung ketemu dan lihat itu. Kalau sudah takut di otak dahulu, nah itu yang kayak ciri khas orang gagal itu.
Ya. Mungkin tambahan Pak adalah ya kita kan harus apapun ya, kalau kita ketemu orang yang baru, kita kan harus positif ya. Kita harus pikir terbuka aja. Kita nggak usah pikirin, oh ini adalah orang yang positif atau negatif, tapi terbuka aja. I mean, as mentioned by Bibra says, you be honest. You be open in your communication, right? And mungkin Anda juga bisa coba menurut orang yang Anda ketemu bagaimana. Dan mungkin dari sana yang bisa dianalisa. Jadi terbuka aja, jangan ada stereotype. Karena kalau kita pikir negatif, ya itu kan pertemuan juga percuma. Like, you know, for example, I mean, you should know how me and Pak Johnson met. Kita ketemu Pak Johnson, I mean, we just got to know through someone else. Tapi yang
I just almost say the same thing, Pak Rafi.
Sorry?
I just almost say the same thing because I never seen you directly, even Pak Bibra. We love each other and even Pak Bibra. That's how it works.
Yeah, so you won't believe it. Kita nggak pernah ketemu secara fisikal, kita belum pernah ketemu sama Pak Johnson. Tapi sebenarnya kita ada kenalan, ada yang teman yang in between, yang ada yang kenalan. Tapi yang orang yang kenalan kita nggak dikomunikasi. Tapi saya sama Pak Johnson udah bicara kita berapa seratusan jam kita lagi berdiskusi, tapi itu adalah sesuatu, adalah yang trust atau kepercayaan atau adalah sesuatu yang kita ingin kerjasama. So the basic thing is please communicate with whomever you would like to speak to or you'd like to work with. Understand if wavelength atau pikirannya kalau ada yang sama, oke. Kalau nggak ada, nggak apa-apa. Tapi intinya itu ada juga yang soft skills yang mungkin kita harus diusahakan. Ya, thank you.
So sorry, Pak Bibra and Pak Rafi, can I also add a bit this, because this is very important that make people don't know success. That's ini terjadi di banyak orang di dunia ini, dan juga orang Indonesia, orang Kupang. Saya lihat banyak orang gagal karena already have negative thinking in their mind. Selalu begitu, dan akibatnya takut, and then you cannot move anymore. Karena di otak itu sudah itu, dan saya tidak tahu kenapa begitu, tapi kebanyakan hal negatif itu menyusahkan diri, dan bukan saja diri, tapi juga perjuangan, company, bisnis, sekolah, everything is broken down because of the negative thinking. Ya, Pak Ishak mau tanya. I think Mr. Isaac like to ask question, Mr. Bibra. So can we let him? Pak Ishak.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Pak Bibra.
Good afternoon.
Okay. I'm going to ask about the contemporary soft skills. It's a point about team player.
Can you repeat?
About contemporary soft skills on a team player point. Okay. The question is, this is for the problem is about how to work togetherness in a team. Then my point, how or is there any steps in practically life, daily life, about growing up the teams to be a big team, to be a successful team?
Yes. Yes, wonderful.
Yeah, so see, that's my point.
Right. First question is, believe in yourself. Believe that your teammates are you, and vice versa, you are your teammates. If you don't believe your teammates, you will always have suspect and your team will never prosper. Develop that confidence. Develop that honesty, develop that belongingness towards each other, gel with each other that we are working for one goal, one motive, and we are going to achieve it. Now, all the 5 fingers are not same. If this is small, this is tall, this is short, this is something like. Now, when we club them together, this is what the team is. Now, when I say one person may be good at something, another might be good at something, somebody may not know how to do this. So don't focus on his negative qualities, but focus on what he can do and give him that job, give him that thing. If you realize what he can do, exploit his positive attitude, you will definitely achieve success. Your team will definitely achieve success. Don't pinpoint what he can't do. I may not be good at English. Don't always tell me you are not good at English, you are not good at English. No, that will spoil my morale. I may be good at Indonesian language. So you say that, okay, you are good at Indonesian language. So if somebody from Indonesia comes, you speak to them. If somebody from US comes, I will speak because my English is good. So if you have that positive bent of mind, not to pinpoint somebody's negative qualities, but exploit what is positive in them, what is their strength, your team will succeed.
Yep. Great.
Yeah. Well, let me summarize a bit to other people. Ya, Pak, teman-teman yang ada di sini, ini pengajaran yang baik tentang bagaimana tim itu bisa jadi sukses, jadi kuat, jadi berhasil. Pak Bibra, saya mau ambil itu poin saja. Dia bilang jari ini dia jari. Kalau kita pikir jari ini kurang baik, ini negatif, padahalnya tiap jari itu dia punya kelebihan-kelebihan. Dia punya kelebihan masing-masing. Nah, tatkala dia satu jari itu berkumpul bersama-sama, ini jadi tim yang hebat karena kita gunakan itu bersama. Tapi kalau satu dua sudah kita kasih kecil, maka tidak jadi tim lagi. Nah, untuk jadi tim yang baik harus berpikir positif bersama jadi satu tim yang luar biasa. Dari contoh jari itu. Baik.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Bibra. Thank you, Pak Johnson.
Any more questions or shall we wind it up?
Ada lagi yang mau bertanya? Silakan sebelum dilanjutkan.
Maybe Pak Johnson, I think it'll be nice if we can know something about Chandigarh University, Pa. Maybe Nitin sir, is it
Yes,
possible that
please.
if you can have a brief video or something about, so that let even the students know, which institution you represent. It'll be nice for them also to know.
Right.
You read
Thank you so much.
you read my mind, Mr. Rafi. Suddenly, I was trying to say that, but then he already know that. But please, Mr. Bibra, that's what
That is
we
why
are
you
looking
don't
for.
have to meet physically, Pa. You there are certain things which go mind in mind, Pa.
Okay. So here I go ahead and share one small video.
Jadi Pak Bibra mau jelaskan dia punya latar belakang, dia sebagai pengajar profesor di sana, jadi kita dengar dia punya universitasnya, supaya kita ini saya lihat ada rektor San Pedro juga hadir, Pak Raffi di sana. Halo Pak Berto, silakan say hi sedikit, kemudian teman-teman Kaprodi juga ada, jadi ini kesempatan emas untuk kenal Pak Bibra dan universitasnya. Pak Rektor masih ada kah? Dan Pak Leo dan teman-teman yang lain? Ya, Pak Bibra. Ya, sudah ada. Oke. Go ahead, Mr. Bibra.
Ya, nanti untuk Pak Rektor, Pak, nanti untuk kolaborasi dengan Chandigarh University, Pak, pasti ya Pak, kita akan yang follow Pak untuk kolaborasi dengan Chandigarh University, Pak. Terima kasih.
Mantap. Pak Leo, Pak Sil, Pak Rektor, saya lihat Ibu Sal juga ada. Pak Soleh, kita akan kolaborasi dengan universitasnya dari Pak Bibra.
Siap, Pendeta.
Thank you, Ibu Sal. Mr. Bibra, go ahead. We would like to hear your university. Sorry, Pak Bibra, we cannot hear the sound. Is there any sound there?
No, there is, Pak. There is. Bibra sir, I think there's one option there of unmute the video sound. I think in one of the options. Bibra sir, are you there? Sir, we're not able to hear the.
Yeah, can you tell me?
Sir, I think there in the more option
I'm not
you'll
getting
have.
your voice.
Sir, can you hear me? Atau Pa Johnson, can I share you the link? Maybe can we play it from your side, Pa, or maybe from the host side?
Yeah, yes, please. Just send to me or in the chat. Can you put in the chat, please?
Yeah, I'll do that, but just give me a second, Pa.
Buka dari situ.
Pa, should I send it to the host, ya, Pa? David Detani, Pa? I've sent it to the host, Pa.
Go ahead, Pak Rafi, and then we can reply.
Yes, Pa. I've already sent it, Pa. Udah dikirim, Pa.
Siap. Mungkin kita minta Pak Bibra punya dikasih mati baru kita masuk.
Boleh. Bibra sir, if you can stop sharing, sir, we'll try to play it from here. We'll try to play it from the host side. Yeah, thank you, sir. There are two links, Pak. Mungkin kita bisa muter dua-duanya, Pak. No, we're not able to hear the sound.
Can you hear that?
Here, Pak. Belum bisa dengar, Pak.
Belum dengar.
I think you have an option on Zoom, Pak, that to,
Yang di Zoom,
I think in the video settings, Pak, in the start video and all, I think over there's an option, Pak, for the video.
Pak Raffi di bagian opsi mana?
Pak, usually the option is in that the video part. The video ada optionnya, Pak.
Di video ada opsi yang mana ya?
Yang I think that it's like for the audio for the video to be played, Pak.
Videonya sudah jadi tapi suaranya itu.
Suaranya, Pak. Yeah, you're not able to hear the.
Di sini suara jadi, di kita suara ada bunyi, tapi belum masuk di suara itu, hanya apanya saja. Suara di sini keluar, Pak Raffi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tapi di kita nggak di ini, Pak. I'm having some network issue also. Otherwise, I could have played it from here. Saya ada sedikit jaringan, Pak. Or maybe let me share the link to all the members, Pak, in the chat box. Mungkin we can ask all the audience to copy it, and then probably we'll also send it by email to everyone.
Ya, nggak apa, biar saja jalan tanpa suara dulu. Nanti baru dibuka di rumah masing-masing.
Boleh, Pak.
Okay. Biar.
So maybe you can just play it from the beginning. Then maybe I can just give a brief. I can just speak for the campus.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right.
Yeah. Bibra sir, do you want me to give a brief introduction, or would you like to give, sir, an introduction?
No, thank you so much for a wonderful audience. Thank you so much, Mr. Ravi. And thank you so much, Johnson, sir. Thank you so much, all my dear students. It was nice interacting with you, and I hope that in future we would stay in touch with each other. Wonderful response. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, sir. So for the video, would you like to, as we're running the video, I think there's some technical problem with the sound. Would you like to give a brief of as the video is going on, would you like to speak something about the...
I'm unable to get it because I have no clue on it. We can share this link with the student and they can watch it.
No worries, sir. Sure. I'll do that, sir. No worries. I'll do that. Sure. Yeah. And maybe Bibra sir would like to have a copy of your presentation, sir, if you don't mind. We'd like to have a copy of it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Pak Bibra.
Thank you so much, Johnson. Thank you so much.
Yeah. This is a great thing. I myself learned from you, and I'm pretty sure all of our students learn, and we would like to get the teaching to deliver to our students. We get there, but actually the time here actually 4 o'clock. This many of them already went home, so we would like to open in our morning school this teaching, and we will deliver to the teachers and the principal. So we would like to thank you also for your time in teaching. And of course, we would love to have some collaboration and cooperation with your university, if that's all right with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pak John, mungkin kita coba putar kan?
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Pak Bibra. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ya.
Baik, coba Pak Sore buka lagi, bisa?
Ya, maaf Bapak Ibu, karena Pak Nitin ada satu meeting lain juga, karena dia baru udah share sama saya, jadi makanya dia ingin izin permit, karena ada meeting lain juga. Ya mungkin yang video Pak kita bisa muter, nanti saya bisa jelaskan sedikit Pak tentang kampusnya, waktu video lagi muter Pak.
Coba Pak Soleh, coba lagi.
Apa suaranya kedengaran kah?
Enggak, Pak.
Belum Pak Soleh, belum.
Oh belum.